Good evening. Last class we discussed about Linux, different types of operating systems, different versions, their hierarchy, differences between Windows and Linux, file system hierarchy, Linux advantages. Now we have to start practicing Linux commands. To practice Linux command, we need Linux machine. We need a laptop or computer where Linux operating should be installed. But in your laptop, you already have Windows operating system. You already installed Windows. On top of that, you cannot install Linux. What we can do, we can launch Linux machines virtually, like virtual servers in cloud. In AWS cloud, we can launch virtual machines. So for that, what you need to do first, you need to create one AWS account. Have you all created AWS accounts?
Yes, sir, we create.
Yes, sir.
In AWS, we have a service called Elastic Compute Cloud. Using this EC2 service, what we can do means we can launch virtual machines. In those virtual machines, you can install Linux operating system and you can start practicing Linux commands in that virtual machines. Okay. So let's see about EC2 service now. What is EC2? How to launch EC2 instance. We know EC2 means Elastic Compute Cloud. Why we are calling Elastic Compute Cloud? Because we can launch computers. Computers are nothing but servers, which have elasticity in nature. They have elasticity in nature. Elasticity means you can increase the configuration of the machine and you can decrease the configuration of the machine. So you can launch virtual servers. These servers you can only access virtually, but you cannot see them, you cannot touch them. Amazon Web Services provides one of the services called EC2. It is used for virtual server hosting in AWS cloud. Server is also called as instance. Instance anna, server anna, virtual machine anna, anything is same. But in AWS cloud, officially we call them as instance. Server ni మనం official గా ఏ టెర్మినాలజీ తో పిలుస్తామంటే ఇక్కడ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ అని అంటాం. Amazon machine image. What is Amazon machine image? It is nothing but Amazon machine image is a template which contains software configuration, nothing but operating system with some default packages, which is required to launch instance. Amazon machine image, nothing but it is operating system plus some default packages. మనకి అమెజాన్ మెషిన్ ఇమేజ్ అనే టెంప్లెట్ లో ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ తో పాటు కొన్ని డిఫాల్ట్ ప్యాకేజెస్ కూడా వస్తాయి. It's the next key pair. After launching instance, you want to access that instance securely. Only authorized people should access. So for that, we create some key pairs. Like how we have locks for our home. మనం ఇప్పుడు ఇంటి నుండి బయటకు వెళ్తున్నామంటే ఇంటికి తాళం వేసి వెళ్తాం. మళ్ళీ ఎవరు ఓపెన్ చేయగలుగుతారు? హూ కెన్ అన్లాక్ దట్ మీన్స్ ద ఓనర్, లైక్ హూ ఎవర్ హ్యావ్ ద కీ. ఎవరి దగ్గర అయితే కీ ఉంటుందో వాళ్ళే అన్లాక్ చేసి ఇంటి లోపలికి రాగలుగుతారు. సిమిలర్లీ ప్రతి ఒక్క EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్, ప్రతి ఒక్క సర్వర్ కి మనం కీ పేర్ అనేది క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం. కీ పేర్ అంటే ఒక కీ అన్నమాట. సెక్యూర్ గా మన ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ని యాక్సెస్ చేయడానికి ఒక కీ అనేది క్రియేట్ చేసి దాన్ని మనం అసోసియేట్ చేస్తాం. నెక్స్ట్ వన్, సెక్యూరిటీ గ్రూప్. ఇన్ సెక్యూరిటీ గ్రూప్, it provides some set of firewall rules that control the traffic for your instance. అంటే మనం ఒక ఇన్స్టెన్స్, ఒక వర్చువల్ సర్వర్ ని లాంచ్ చేస్తాం కదా, ఆ సర్వర్ లోకి ఎవరు యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి, హూ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ యువర్ సర్వర్, హూ కెనాట్ యాక్సెస్ యువర్ సర్వర్, ఎవరు యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి, ఎవరు యాక్సెస్ చేయకూడదు. దీస్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ రూల్స్ వి రైట్ ఇన్ సెక్యూరిటీ గ్రూప్. Security group is a set of firewall rules which protects our server. Like మన ఇంటి బయట సెక్యూరిటీ వాచ్మెన్ like for apartment security guard, he will follow some rules whatever the management will say, like you should allow only owners, you should not allow outsider strangers, you should allow relatives or friends with some permissions. So based on that he will do his duty. What is his duty? To protect the apartment, to keep safe. సెక్యూరిటీ గ్రూప్ అనేది కూడా ఇక్కడ మనం కొన్ని రూల్స్ రాస్తాము, ఆ రూల్స్ ప్రకారం ఇది బిహేవ్ చేస్తుంది. అంటే ఎవరిని మన సర్వర్ లోపలికి పంపించాలి, ఎవరిని పంపించకూడదు సర్వర్లోనికి. నెక్స్ట్, పోర్ట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ఎ పోర్ట్? ఎ పోర్ట్ ఈస్ ఎ కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఎండ్ పాయింట్ టు ఎక్స్చేంజ్ డేటా బిట్వీన్ డివైసెస్. We have plenty of ports. పోర్ట్ అనేది సింపుల్ గా చెప్పాలంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఒక రూమ్ లోకి నేను వెళ్ళాలి అంటే ఈ డోర్ అనేది ఓపెన్ అయి ఉండాలి. If the door is open, then only I can go inside this room. If the door is closed, I cannot go. So ఒక రూమ్ కి డోర్ ఎలానో, port is also kind of door. We have plenty of ports, like from port number 0 to 65,535. All ports are not same. So each port is used for a different specific purpose. Like for example, port number 22 is SSH, that is used to access Linux machine. అంటే నేను ఒక లినక్స్ సర్వర్ లోకి ఎంటర్ అవ్వాలి అనుకుంటా. దిస్ ఈస్ వన్ లినక్స్ మెషిన్. ఇప్పుడు ఈ లినక్స్ సర్వర్ లోకి నేను యాక్సెస్ చేయాలి, ఈ సర్వర్ లోకి లాగిన్ అవ్వాలి అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఈ సర్వర్ కి మనం SSH అనే పోర్ట్ అనేది ఓపెన్ చేసి పెట్టాలి. SSH పోర్ట్ అంటే సెక్యూర్ షెల్. ఈ పోర్ట్ ఓపెన్ ఉంటేనే నేను ఈ సర్వర్ లోకి వెళ్ళగలుగుతాను. ఈ పోర్ట్ అనేది ఓపెన్ లేదనుకో, అంటే ఈ డోర్ క్లోజ్ అయిపోయిందంటే యూ కెనాట్ గో. మళ్ళీ even if the port is open for you, like even if the port is open, to whom it is open? సో డోర్ అనేది ఓపెన్ ఉంది, బట్ నేను వెళ్ళొచ్చా వెళ్ళకూడదా అనేది ఇట్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ పర్మిషన్. అంటే డోర్ ఓపెన్ ఉంది కదా అని లైక్ యూ కెనాట్ గో టు ఎనీ రూమ్, రైట్? ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ద పర్మిషన్, ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ యువర్ రూమ్, దెన్ ఓన్లీ యూ విల్ గో. యూ కెనాట్ గో టు యువర్ నైబర్స్ రూమ్స్, రైట్? ఇఫ్ ద సేమ్, even if the port is open, to whom the port is open? If it is open to you or no? If it is open to you, then only you can access the machine. Where can we mention these details? ఎవరికి ఓపెన్ చేయాలి పోర్ట్, ఎవరికి ఓపెన్ చేయకూడదు? We mention in security group, in firewall rules. Till here, any questions? Let's launch an EC2 instance now. So let's launch a virtual machine, EC2 instance. So go to EC2 service. This EC2 service is used for launching virtual servers in cloud. Select EC2. I'm launching one server. I want to launch one Linux machine in Tokyo region. So I'm sticking into this Tokyo region. I'll create each and every infrastructure in Tokyo only. See, this is EC2 dashboard. In EC2 dashboard, there are different options like instances. What is meant by instance?
servers.
In bracket, you can see running, means running servers. Do we have any running servers? Zero ante running servers run అవుతున్నట్ట, zero ante
Let's
No.
run out.
we don't have
No,
any
we don't.
servers running. The total number of instances. Do we have any instances in Tokyo region?
No.
We don't have any instances. So let's launch one instance. Before launching instance, let's delete old keybase and server. Coming to EC2 dashboard. Refresh. See here, launch instance. Click on launch instance. there are around 8 steps. You need to fill all these 8 steps to launch an EC2 instance. Okay. First one, you need to give name of your server. First one, చూడండి ఇక్కడ name. మీరు లాంచ్ చేసే సర్వర్ కి మీరు ఏదైనా ఒక నేమ్ ఇవ్వాలి. Give any name. I'll give DevOps 9 PM. So this is my instance name. Next one. Application and OS images in bracket Amazon machine image. అంటే Amazon machine image అంటే ఏంటి? ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ తో పాటు కొన్ని డిఫాల్ట్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్ కూడా వస్తాయి. నీకు ఇప్పుడు నీ సర్వర్లో ఏ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేయాలి అనుకుంటున్నావో చూస్ దట్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్. ఇక్కడ మనకు కొన్ని రెడీమేడ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్స్, రెడీమేడ్ ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అమెజాన్ లినక్స్ లో మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ వర్షన్స్ అమెజాన్ లినక్స్ 2023, అమెజాన్ లినక్స్ 2, అమెజాన్ లినక్స్ 2 విత్ SQL Server 2019 స్టాండర్డ్ ఎడిషన్, అమెజాన్ లినక్స్ 2 విత్ SQL Server సాఫ్ట్వేర్ విత్ 2017 స్టాండర్డ్, Amazon Linux 2 with .NET 6 PowerShell, like different softwares. Amazon Linux. లేదు నేను Ubuntu కావాలి అనుకుంటే go to Ubuntu. And here you can see different versions of Ubuntu. Well, different versions of Ubuntu. Now I want to install Red Hat. I want Red Hat server. Hence you can choose Red Hat. SUSE Linux, Debian operating system, Windows. Mali, if you want to launch Windows server, you can see different Windows operating system. There's different types of versions in Windows operating system. Microsoft Windows Server 2002, Microsoft Windows Server 2022 core base, Windows Server 2019. Which instance we need? మనకు కావాల్సిన ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్ ఏంటి?
Amazon OS.
We want to practice what? మనం ఏం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి ఇంతకి? విండోస్ కమాండ్స్ ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలా? లినక్స్ కమాండ్స్, మ్యాక్, రెడ్
Linux.
what?
Linux.
We need to practice Linux commands కదా. So see, these are all part of Linux only. Amazon Linux is a part of Linux. Red Hat is a part of Linux. SUSE Linux is a part of Linux. Ubuntu is a part of Linux. Did you remember yesterday's class? Next one, instance type. Choose the configuration, what configuration you need for your instance. You will get different types of configurations. One CPU 0.5 GB RAM, one CPU 1 GB RAM, one CPU 2 GB, two CPU 4 GB, two CPU 8 GB. Like different types of configurations you can see. 4 CPU 16 GB, 64 virtual CPUs 256 GB RAM. This is RAM storage, not storage. 192 CPUs 768 GB RAM. Here you can see the price. If you take this configuration, how much they are charging? $14 per hour. If it is used for Red Hat operating system. If you use for Windows operating system, $23 per hour. So for practicing, you can take basic configuration. I'll go with T2.micro. Next, create one key pair. You need to create a key pair to securely connect for your EC2 instance. If you already have a key pair, you can use existing key pair. Let me create a new key pair. Key pair name. You can give any name. I'll give DevOps 9 PM. Type, choose any type. Let it be default RSA and format, key format. .pem format or .ppk. Choose .ppk format. In next class, I'll show .pem format also. I'm creating a key pair. Key pair is created. You can check in downloads. So DevOps 9 PM.ppk. I'll paste here. So this is my key, DevOps 9 PM.ppk. Next one, network settings. Edit. You can see here security group. Create security group or select existing security. What is a security group? Security group is a set of firewall rules that control traffic for your instance. Means who should access your instance, who should not access your instance. Those rules you need to give in this security group. If you already have the rules, already have the security group, select from existing one. Okay. Select from existing drop list. Now I will create a new one, means create a new security group. Security group name. I'll give a name, DevOps 9 p.m. security group. Description. I'll give same description, DevOps 9 p.m. security group. Inbound security group rules. Now you need to open the ports. Here, security group rule number 1. Type. Which port you need to open for accessing a Linux machine? I have told here by explaining the ports. We need to open port number 22, that is SSH. You can see a number of ports, port names. We need to open SSH port, that is port number 22. If you open this port, then only you can access your Linux machine. Again, you need to check here. Source type, to whom you are opening this port. Is it for anywhere? Anywhere means anybody in this world from any IP address can access your Linux machine. If you choose my IP, only I can able to access this Linux machine from my IP address. If you choose custom, you can give your customized IP addresses, like I want to access this machine. My colleague also want to access, my manager also want to access. So you need to provide your 3 IP addresses so that you 3 people only can access. That then you choose custom. Not everybody in the world should access, means give anywhere. Only Arvind should access, give my IP. It means only my IP will be accessible. Let me choose here anywhere. So I want to access this Linux machine. I'm opening this for all IP addresses. Anywhere means 0.0.0.0. I'm creating a security group. Security group name is DevOps 9 p.m. security group. And I have given only one rule. That rule is allowing SSH traffic. Because you need to open SSH port for your EC2 instance to access a Linux machine. Any doubts here?
No, sir.
Next, storage. How much storage you need for your machine? You can give any much, like what you want, like 50 GB if you want, you give 50 GB. No, if you want like more, you need 100 GB means you can give 100 GB. If you need 150 GB, you can give 150, like your wish. But don't take like more, because everything is charged. AWS will charge each and everything. So don't waste unnecessarily. 8 GB is sufficient for us, because this is a free tier account we are creating, right? This free tier account will give maximum 30 GB storage only for free. If you exceed that storage, they will generate the bills for you. So better use minimized configuration. 8 GB is sufficient for me. And finally, number of instances. How many instances you want to launch? Only one instance, or 2 instance, or 20 instance, you choose. At a time, these many number of instances will be launched. For me, one instance is fine. Finally, review. Image, I'm using Amazon Linux 2. Instance type T2.micro. T2.micro means 1 virtual CPU, 2 GB RAM. Security group, I have created a new security group and I have opened SSH port for anywhere. I have chosen one storage 8 GB and launching only one instance. Shall I launch the instance, or you have any questions? Instance is launched. If you click here, you can see the instance. Or you can click here also, view all instances anywhere. You can use that one, or like it will open new tab. Anything is fine. You can see instances here. In Tokyo region, number of instances, we have only one. Just now we launched the instance. In name of the instance is DevOps 9 p.m. This is the instance ID. Instance state is running. Type of the instance is T2.micro. 1 virtual CPU and 1 GB RAM. This instance is launched in which availability zone? In AP Northeast 1A. In Tokyo region, we have 3 availability zones. 1A, 1C, 1D. This instance is launched in AP Northeast 1A. And for this instance, a public IP is also associated. Security group, DevOps 9 p.m. security group, key name, DevOps 9 p.m. launch time, June 25th, 9:28 p.m. Platform, we used Amazon Linux, that comes under the core is Linux Unix. If you want to see more details, click on this checkbox. It will show you more details of this instance. Instance ID, instance name. Instance ID, instance name, public IP address, private IP address. Instance is running. This is the DNS host name. So instance step t2.micro. Amazon machine image ID. Platform operating system is Amazon Linux. Core platform Linux Unix. Launch time. So you can see all the details here. Okay, we have successfully launched Linux machine. Now we should access this machine. To access a Linux machine, what are the steps? Steps to connect a Linux server. First of all, from my local machine, from my laptop, I want to access Linux server, right? So first you need to download a software called Putty. Then you need to install Putty. You need all these details to which server you want to access. That server details you need to know, like public IP address of that server, private key of that server, username of that server. If you know these three details, then only you can access that machine. Through SSH port, you can able to access that machine. Our traffic will go through SSH port. Okay, so let's download Putty. So this is only one time download. Download Putty for Windows. Download Putty. Click on this link. Putty will be downloaded. If you go to downloads, you can see that this is the Putty software. Once you click on this, it will be installed. If you double click on this software, Putty will install. I'm not installing because it's already installed in my machine. So I'm not going to install it. What is Putty? Putty is a software tool. It is a third-party tool which is used to access any kind of Linux machine. Like if you want to access any Linux machine, Red Hat machine, Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, SUSE Linux, these kind of servers you can connect using this software. In this software, you need to provide the details. So this is the tool, or you can search from here, PUTTY, Putty. See this one, PUTTY, Putty. This is the tool I have in here. So click on this. Now it is asking, specify the destination you want to connect. Means what is your destination server? That server's IP address, please paste here. It is asking either host name of the instance or IP address of the instance. If you mention, then using port number 22, connection type SSH, through port 22, it will take us to that server. So my instance is this one. Copy public IP address, paste here. I have mentioned IP. Means I'm asking to put it. I want to connect to this instance. I have provided you IP address. Not only IP address, because everybody will have IP address. If I share my screen, you can copy. You can also copy my public IP. You can also access. So that's why I have created a key pair, right? So you need to provide key also. Expand SSH, expand authentication. Click on highlight credentials. It is asking private key file for authentication. So you need to browse for your key. Do we have the key pair for this instance? Did we create any key pair?
No, we clear it.
Accept. It is asking for username, login as. You need to provide username of this instance. For this instance, if you want to know username details, click on connect. Here you can see username. What is a username?
EC2. EC2 user.
That's it. I'm inside my Linux machine. I logged into my server successfully. Operating system, Amazon Linux 2. See IP address here, 172.31.47.152. This is not public IP address. 172.31.47.152. It is private IP address of the machine. We connected to this instance using public IP. But after entering in the machine, you can see private IP 172.31.47.152. Right now I'm inside the EC2 instance. Server is running in the backend. See, server is running. If you want to shut down, if you want to stop the instance, you need to select this instance state, stop. If you click on stop, it will be shut down. Later again you can start. But if you click on terminate, your server will be completely destroyed. You cannot log in again. Your data will be lost. It's like you're killing the server. You cannot recover the data back. If you reboot means it will restart. So let's stop the instance once. If you stop your instance, you cannot access this instance from PuTTY because it is stopped. See, remote side unexpectedly closed network connection because backend we have stopped the machine. It became inactive. If you stop your instance, public IP also released. See, as of now, you can see public IP address, you can see DNS host name. These both will be released now. See, it gone, disappeared. Because we have stopped the instance. Instance is stopped. If you stop, you cannot see public IP. If you don't have public IP, can you access your machine? Can you log into this instance now?
God.
Every time public IP address will change dynamically. Username is default username is EC2 user. That's it. I'm inside the machine. So in today's class, we have learned about EC2. What is EC2 service? What is the purpose of EC2 service? Using EC2 service, we can launch virtual machines. After launching instance, then we did login also using PuTTY tool. We accessed this machine using PuTTY tool by providing details like public IP, private key, username. By providing these three details, we logged into this machine. Any doubts in today's class?
No.
Okay, fine. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you.